8 French monks lived in a small monastery in an Algerian village during the 1990s amidst the civil war. The monks practiced a life of austere simplicity, just like the villagers. They cultivated the land around the monastery for food, raised poultry, and kept beehives for honey. One of the monks, named Luc, was a doctor. With no hospital in the village, Luc turned part of the monastery into a clinic. Hundreds of villagers visited daily for medical treatment, which Luc provided for free. The villagers loved the monks and often invited them to social events. For example, during a circumcision ceremony for a village child, Luc performed the operation and the monks listened to the Quran with the villagers. The village was isolated from most of the conflict, though news of nearby village killings spread by word of mouth. No one knew precisely who was committing the atrocities amidst the chaos. One day, a group of rebels attacked a mine near the village, slaughtering all the foreign workers there. When the news reached the monastery, the monks grew anxious as the violence crept closer. The monks held a meeting to discuss whether to leave the monastery. Some wanted to leave, others wished to stay, and some were undecided. The monastery's head went to the village mayor for advice, asking whether they could seek protection from the government forces. The mayor offered no guarantees, suggesting that the village's only protection was the monastery's presence. The monks remained indecisive. The government sent them a letter from the capital, urging them to leave as they could not ensure their safety. On Christmas Eve, armed men stormed the monastery, demanding Luc accompany them to treat their wounded. The head monk refused, citing scarce supplies barely sufficient for the villagers, and the intruders left without causing harm. Despite the relief, the monks feared retaliation and reconsidered leaving. However, most chose to stay, believing their duty as monks involved sacrifice and unable to imagine life elsewhere, having integrated deeply with the villagers. Soon after, the rebels returned with an injured member, which Luc treated, feeling obligated to help all the sick. The army commander warned the head monk against assisting the rebels, noting the army's own brutal methods. The monks found themselves threatened from all sides.